story of our planet begins 4.6 billion years ago. In this long time, Earth has evolved and developed in fascinating ways. For millions of years, Earth has sustained life in all its wonderful forms, shapes, and sizes. From the smallest to the largest, from the oldest to the youngest. There are over 8.7 million species of animals and plants in the world. The rhythm of life has continued without a break. But now, the Earth is in danger from one of its species. Humans. Humans have put out the balance of nature by their actions. Relentless use of fossil fuel has severely damaged the environment. Constant emission from industries has polluted the air. Many big cities are becoming unlivable. The air is not fit to breathe anymore. People are falling sick just by breathing in the smog.
Man is the only species of living beings that has damaged the planet Earth. No other living being has been able to do this. Since the discovery of what they then called mineral oil, which is the oil beneath the earth, in these 170 years we have used this oil relentlessly, this fossil fuel, releasing immense amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. Now, the more carbon in the atmosphere means a greater temperature on the planet Earth. Carbon acts as a blanket. So when you burn fossil fuels, you increase the temperature of the Earth. As well as that, the other degradation of the planet that we are doing with our discovery of oil is that we have created plastics out of them, for which we have not yet discovered a way of disposal.
Waste and plastic ending up in the oceans is growing into floating islands. Plastic is a major contributor to environmental degradation. The decomposing plastic is also releasing methane and other harmful gases in the atmosphere.
And then we are cutting our forests. Now, we must remember that atmospheric carbon is processed by trees as food. They hold the carbon in their bodies, releasing oxygen back into the atmosphere.
Trees are being cut and forests cleared. The environment is in danger from all the emissions, waste, use of fossil fuel, and carbon in the air. The emission of gases is causing the atmosphere to get warmer, and the global temperature is rising. The rising global temperature is already at a dangerous level. It is already causing a great deal of damage to the Earth's natural ecosystem. The heat is causing polar ice caps to melt at an alarming rate. Many glaciers are melting and retreating, which will cause water levels to rise.
We have seen so many people, so many countries suffering from climate change phenomenon.
The permafrost, which is the frozen part of Earth, is melting, and it can release massive amounts of methane that can have catastrophic effects on the atmosphere. But the worst effect is that oceans are absorbing the heat and getting warmer rapidly. Sea level is rising, and many countries would drown as it continues to rise. What will happen if the temperature continues to rise? Natural disasters are getting more intense and more frequent. Crops will be damaged and food shortages will occur. The intensity of wildfires would increase. Many species of animals and plants are becoming extinct because of rising temperatures. Business as usual would be catastrophic. Do we want a world without its wonderful diversity? We have to save the earth and all its creatures. The world is now coming together to save Mother Earth.
It is wrong to pollute this earth. It is right to give hope to the future generation.
The peoples of the world are also on the move. They have taken to the streets in cities and towns across the world in a mass mobilization for change.
When do we want it? Now! No justice, no peace, no clean air, no peace.
When any great moral challenge is ultimately resolved into a binary choice between what is right and what is wrong, the outcome is foreordained because of who we are as human beings. 99% of us. That is where we are now, and it is why we are going to win this. Some still doubt that we have the will to act, but I say the will to act is itself a renewable resource.
You are here today to write the script for a new future, a future of hope and promise, of increased prosperity, security, and dignity for all.
We are solving this crisis. The only question is, how long will it take to get there?
We must change our own way of living. We have to preserve our planet Earth in a much more sustainable way.
We must ask ourselves how we can contribute. The global temperatures must not be allowed to rise. We must reduce carbon in the air. We must save this planet we call home and make it healthier, better, and cleaner. We all must play our part in saving our home, because there is no planet B.